Hello and welcome to Ultimate Marble Racing International. We are back once again and with our first spin-off season, side season, whatever you want to call it. Uh, yeah, the interface is a little bit different. I didn't get too much time to change things, so just a slight minor difference. We've got a new intro, which hopefully the volume's not as deafening as the first one was when I first ran that one, because I can't really hear it back on my own stream. So I tried to measure up the volumes just right when putting it together. By the fact that no one's screaming that they're deaf this time, then I think we're all good on it. Before we start, yeah, it's Pesky Bird's birthday on this first start to the season. So happy birthday, Pesky Bird. Hope you've had a good day or having a good day, depending on what time it is. Volume for the intro was a bit low. You know what? That's better than deafening. So that's right. The voice is louder. As long as the voice isn't too loud, I can turn it down a bit. If I turn it down a little bit, is that a bit better? I have done some tweaking of audio settings since last time. I see a hydrate as well. So I will quickly hydrate. And that to rebalance the music as well, because YouTube did an update. There's a new YouTube visual, and the way I used to set up my audio with the arrow keys, so I knew exactly where it was on the volume slider, doesn't work anymore. That just isn't a thing you can do. So I've had to kind of change the way I do that. So yeah, few changes going into this already. We have our tracks. We have 18 of the best Iceman Marble GP tracks. So I did talk with Iceman around what tracks we should include. Obviously, we have the ones based on the poll from regions where all of you are from, and myself. And we have some of the ones that Iceman recommends thrown in as well to make 18 tracks, shorter than our main season as it is a side season. And we have a smaller prize pool as well, £50 up for grabs in this one. And we have 16 people racing. So we'll see who is going to be the quickest in the world. I can see a fifth already. See if we can keep it going. Yeah, strong start. Adjust the point system to fit around the amount of races. See, I like the point system as it is, and it'll fit for depending on how many we have, whether it's smaller or larger. So I've got it in a nice balanced state, so I don't really want to mess with it. It also adds more work between seasons, and I'm slow enough at getting the next seasons up and going anyway. The massively voted for poll, yeah. We had about 3 different locations, 3 or 4. Yeah, but check out Iceman on the workshop. Loads of tracks there. You'll probably be able to spend hours, days, weeks maybe going through all the tracks and checking them all out. Basically mapping out the entire world as racetracks. So definitely check them out. But let's go to the track, the first track. So here we are, starting in England, which is my home track here. We've had some updates to some of the tracks as well. So at least these first 2 tracks, Iceman has been working on some updates, scrapping some of the ladders, because you know, we all despise the ladders. We have much better systems to get up a bit quicker, and we now have some water, or some water, as some people like to say, how the British say it, some water. Most boring country on earth. I disagree, says the American. I mean, I don't think I could necessarily say that America's boring either. There's a lot there, but I think that comes down to the fact they have a lot of land and can do a lot with it. Very different to England in that respect. So let's get everyone into their starting positions. We have 6 laps. starting in the order of the sign-ups. So Alfonso, Weep, Moo, and Pesky Bird on the front row. Then we have Demon, Bee, Shady, and Eggbot starting on the back row. Now, for those who may be new, and I know it's a little bit into the stream / video already, if you're wondering what this is all about, Ultimate Marble Racing hosts series where viewers can sign up and race for cash prizes and also status in the Discord to say that they are faster than everyone else. And sign-ups initially were all done through Discord. I have since opened it up to everywhere else. So on YouTube, when there's an announcement, drop, and a trailer, there'll also be a sign-up form. So people can sign up through other ways. We're going to see how that goes. If there's any reason that falls apart down the line, then maybe it'll change. But at the moment, we're running it like that. Hopefully get some more people involved. So before we have a look around the track, of course, we have to do a prediction. So let's start a prediction. 2 minutes. How many races will DNF? Now, Iceman may have an advantage on these predictions, knowing the tracks quite well. Who is Marble B? So that is Yeet Lord's Marble. Yeet Lord had a very interesting sign-up. It was just the letter B on the marble name, and not the same team listed that they're listed on in the Discord. You may have seen I tried to tag them twice to understand what they were going for and to sort of if there's a correction that was needed, but I had no response. So they are the letter B, and I've put them as the team they're in on the Discord, not the one they put on the sign-up sheet. So that explains B. So around the track, we have a sharp turn from the get-go, then into a sweeping bend, into one of the most dangerous and scary things on any track, the nails. There's always someone that gets stuck on them. It's the worst thing to see. So we'll see if anyone gets caught up on that. Then into a split section, looping around and heading down into the water. So going under the bridge, heading to the first, no longer a ladder, we have a mini ladder going up to a uphill. I think we need a term, we need an official term for these uphill booster things, because we're starting to see them getting used more and more over the ladders. They're quite good, a very quick way of keeping the momentum going to go uphill. And up, don't know, an uphill boost. Not sure. Into a right turn, then to a bit of a S-bend, and into a sharp turn that opens up into a straight. Another winding route, opening up and then into a sharp 90-degree turn. Not 90, sorry, 180, then into a right 90 and across the bridge. Zoom across here. You want to try and stay middle. If you clip the edge, it's going to cost you a lot of speed. We should see a lot of overtakes there. Then down into another one of these uphills, just call them elevators or something. I guess, but isn't an elevator... No, I was thinking of escalator. Elevator's like a lift, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. It could be elevators. You do elevate up it. Into the elevator. There we go. Then a long sweeping bend down into a very sharp turn, opening back out, going into a long straight, another hairpin. So a lot of sharp turns. And sweeping around, got some high walls here to help you not fall off as you head down to the final straight and back across the start finish. So predictions are done. Track tour is done. Don't think there's anything else I need to say. I'm sure I forgot something that I was gonna mention before streaming, but as soon as I hit that go live button, everything just goes out of my head. So let's just get the race started. Get the countdown going. And of course, there will be 2 races per stream, just like the previous season. This is like your 3rd track. Early 2022. Yes, so Eggbot now has a trail as well. That is another addition. Of course, if you want a trail for yourself, then you can subscribe on Twitch. With the ads being reduced, or potentially being none, hopefully, throughout the thing, there's no longer the incentive for not getting ads apart from the pre-roll for subscribing, or using your Prime subs as well for those that have those free Prime subs. But there is the incentive of getting a trail, just like Eggbot here. And of course, helping support me and my content, and my delusion of maybe one day being a full-time streamer. Just delusional. But onto the racing. Yeah, Eggbot, the loyal subscriber, currently in 2nd. Azur leading, Eggbot in 2nd, Cheese in 3rd, Demon in 4th, Shady in 5th, Bwer in 6th, Alfonso in 7th, Pesky Bird in 8th, Iceman 9th, Snorker in 10th. That makes the top 10. Going out of the water here, Azur having some trouble, but makes it in front of Eggbot. Cheese and Demon will be side by side. Demon, known for having a bad history in these seasons, does struggle quite a bit, but maybe getting off to a strong start here. But it is too early to say. We are only on lap 1. So Azur, Eggbot, Demon, and Cheese making a bit of a gap back to everyone else. See Iceman going for a lunge there, but doesn't quite make it. Tries to sneak around the outside of Bwer, who gets blocked by Shady. Doesn't quite make it around though. And going onto the bridge. Now this could be important. We'll have to see going across here. Eggbot hitting the wall. We'll see if anyone else gets a clean run. Demon hits the wall as well. Sure, if Demon was here would say that I just jinxed them. But no, it's going to be a no jinx season. As also making contact with the wall late on. So this is massive for everyone that made it clean across. And Iceman... Oh, Shady nearly making the lunge there, but Iceman's going to go up into the lead. Shady, Snorker, and Azur will be side by side for 2nd. Bit of a collision there at the top. Alfonso and Pesky Bird getting slowed down, and Bwer's going to creep in front of Moo. Oh, and Snorker and Moo, bit of a collision on the wall there, hitting hard and rolling back. Shady with a big hit there as well. Bwer's going to come through. Green Slushy's off to a good start here. Yes, it's quite a good start for Iceman, known for the curse of the home tracks usually. Whenever we get an Iceman track, Iceman does not do well, but currently leading. Maybe things will change. You know, if Iceman wins this season, we're definitely going to get a lot of rigged accusations. And yes, Bwer not liking ladders. Thankfully, we are starting to reduce the ladders, although these do have ladder starts. I think that may have been put in place on purpose. Maybe Iceman trying to keep the ladder curse there just to keep Bwer at bay. And yeah, I may have jinxed Demon a little bit already. Going from up in the top 3 to the bottom 3 and B just trailing behind. No one's stuck on the pins yet though. Just had to mention that. See if anyone does get caught on them. Yeah, that about sums it up by Pesky Bird. So Alfonso leading, Pesky Bird in 2nd, Bwer in 3rd. Oh yes, Iceman dropped to 8th. Likely stuck on the pins while we weren't looking. But not stuck there for good. So it could have been worse. We're on the inside of Pesky Bird's going to move up into second. But Alfonso is doing a bit of a breakaway up in first. And a block there, we're slowing Pesky Bird down. It's going to allow Shady and Azur to close the gap. Shady closes a Pesky Bird. Azur sneaks around the outside. Jimmy gets around Moo. And Boer is going to be chasing Alfonso up at the front. And Demon has entered the chat. Everyone stay quiet. No one tell him. Across the bridge, really clean here up at the front. Really clean by everyone up at the front. Alfonso just zooming at the moment. Now, has anyone suffered a big slowdown? It looks like we've had a few. Demon going slow, Flude's going slow, Snorker, Superboss, Weep's going to collide into them. Bit of a traffic jam here, losing a lot of time on the bridge. And B really trailing behind. Not a great opener to the season. Have I visited Tower Bridge? I have. I've been to London a few times. Great move there by Jimmy. Going to use Eggbot to cut in front of Pesky Bird. Nice little bounce. And going on to lap 3, Alfonso takes the fastest lap. Of course, that will get you an extra point if you can hold it down to the end. Jimmy, Eggbot and Pesky Bird grouping up. And Jimmy with the tactical plays here. Going to slow Eggbot and Pesky Bird down. Boer with a great run through the nails. Gets past Alfonso and takes the lead. Pesky Bird getting slowed down a bit. Moo's going to come through. Shady a bit slow as well. Iceman. Some good speed through there. Zer getting slowed down. And has been stopped. So you know what that means. Need those Fs in the chat. All the stucks. But they may be set free. We'll see while everyone else is in the water. Weep goes around. Fludes as well. So does Demon. Just gaining an extra position. 60-second DNF timer. Yes, there is, just like in the previous season. See the hydrate as well. And while there's talk of Formula 1 and the hydrate going on, I am actually drinking the Lando Norris Monster Energy drink. 0 sugar. Not sponsored. For those who haven't tried it, it's quite nice. So Boer in the lead. Alfonso in second. Eggbot in third, with Jimmy just behind in fourth. Ew. No, it's tasty. It's melon flavoured. Good old-fashioned glass of water. Yeah, I've been drinking water most of the rest of the day. A great lunge by Alfonso there to get in front of Boer. Let's see what happens at the ladder. Look at that. It's a shock to everyone. Boer making it on the ladder before Alfonso. Energy drinks. Ooh. I've always been a fan of energy drinks. It's used to be a very unhealthy addiction of mine. I'm not a big fan of Red Bull anymore, but I've been a fan of Monster for many years. But I've had to reduce my intake of them because I was getting a little bit too addicted. So now I primarily, if I do have one, I try and just drink the 0 sugar ones. So going on to lap 4, Boer leading. Quite the battle here between Boer and Alfonso up at the front. Eggbot in third, doing surprisingly well. Moo in fourth, Shady in fifth. But Moo with an overtake. Great exit line past Eggbot. It wasn't Monster. I had two. So I don't know where else does this, but in the UK, you can have monsters like the, I would say big ones, but now they have bigger ones in America. But yeah, it's like 500 mil. Now we went away to Madeira. We go there most years. It's a family holiday, and they have like Red Bull sized sugar-free monster cans, which is great. And I wish they did them here because it just seems like a healthier size of a monster can. They're like half the size, and I'd be happy with that. But yeah, I did have a couple of those while we were away over the course of the week. But you know, they're fine. The white sugar-free ones. It's alright. Yeah, they don't do those here. America is weird. So going across the bridge once again. Boy, and Alfonso hits the wall. This could be a chance for those behind. Moo hits the wall as well. Eggbot Shady hits the wall. Eggbot's going to come through with a clean run. And that's going to be huge. So that's going to push Boer's lead even further ahead. Eggbot makes some great time in second there, opening up a massive gap back to third. And Cheese is going to come through and take third. And hitting the ball that early, it's a massive slowdown here for Moo, Shady, and Alfonso. It's a collision there between Pesky Bird and Azur. Jimmy and Iceman are going to come through, the two icebreakers, going to sneak past everyone. That is going to be big points on the team standings. Can they hold the positions down to the end? Trying to get on the ladder here. There we go, side by side, Moo just behind. Shady not quite making it on with the first lunge there, having some difficulties. What was off again? Flute and Demon are going to get past. Pesky Bird having some troubles as well. There we go, alongside Weep. Further back, we see Superboss, Snorker, and B. B with a collision on the wall, but does make it past Snorker. Now, up at the front, we have a battle between Boer and Eggbot. And Azur is no longer stuck. And we've had the Feed Cheese, Redemption, and Pesky Bird knowing just what to do with that. It's been a while since we've seen that one. Now, the first time we did that, it was set up to have a cheese explosion of cheese emojis that everyone had done. But I think that doesn't work still. That broke literally after the first time we did it. Does England make good cheese? That's a good question. I don't actually know what cheese is classed as British. Most people just have cheddar, which I assume is English cheese. Jimmy with a good line there. But I quite like smoked. I think it's like German. Stilton, of course, I do not like. I know some people really like it. It's a love or hate thing. I like brie, which I'm pretty sure is French. I like smoked cheeses, like your German ones. German smoked cheese is nice. Cheddar is British. Okay, I thought so. We're across the bridge. Is it a smooth? Oh, Super Boss is stationary. We have a stuck Super Boss, which means F's in the chat for Super Boss. Eggbot across the bridge clean as well. We're heading towards the final lap. Cheese keeping it central. Makes it across no trouble. It's a good line. Jimmy going slow. I think there may have been a bump on the wall early, which is the worst time, because that will lose you a lot of time. Very costly mistake. Moog clipping the wall there, trying to get past Azur. Azur is, of course, a lap down. There we go. Azur moves over. Let's move through. Try not to hold up those up at the front that are racing. Does block their teammate, though. Blocking Alfonso there. Yeah, risky statement there, Boer. Going on to the final lap. There's still time for it to fall apart. Eggbot with possibly one of the best races we've seen in a while. Currently in second. Cheese in third. Also quite a good race by Cheese. Cheese also been having some difficulties in the previous seasons. So going on to the final lap, it is Boer leading, Eggbot in second, Cheese in third, Moo in fourth, Alfonso in fifth, and still holding the fastest lap, Shady in sixth, Iceman seventh, Demon eighth, Jimmy ninth, and Peskybird in 10th. To make our top 10 a lunge there by Jimmy to get in front of Demon. And looked like Demon was gonna set Superboss free there, but doesn't. It just keeps going. Fluids will set Superboss free instead. So let's head around up to the front, see what's going on. Boer still with quite the lead over Eggbot. Going across the bridge for the last time. The line looks good. Looks very good. And I think there's a stationary Snorker on the bridge. A slow moving Snorker. Boer collides with them, but thankfully it was towards the end. It's not going to cause too much trouble. Also, Eggbot's running slow. As Eggbot collided with the wall early, they have, and this could be very costly on the final lap. Cheese as well. This is a chance for those further back. If they are quick enough, there's still a long way to go along the bridge. But great news for Boer. Up at the front, all the open space, all the time in the world to coast around to the end. See the bridge in the background. So there's been a few collisions there. Eggbot comes out of the bridge in second, Moo in third. Shady might be coming through for a snipe there. Collides with Alfonso. But Boer coming round the final corner to take the win on the first race of the UMR International. Congratulations to Boer on the win. A strong start to the season. Now it's all got quite close. Just behind. Eggbot's still holding on to second. Moo might be able to hold on to third here, but the two green slushies just lurking behind. Alfonso getting past Shady on that hairpin there. Azur slowing Cheese down, helping defend the two teammates. Eggbot secures second. Moo secures third. Alfonso fourth. Shady in fifth. Oh, Cheese just holding Jimmy off to the line. Sixth and seventh. Pesky Bird eighth. Iceman will take ninth. Fluids will take 10th. Demon will take 11th. And then we've got a bit of a gap back to Weep. So we'll speed things up a little bit here. So we see Weep coming round. It looks like Alfonso will secure the extra point for the fastest lap. And Weep crossing the line to take 12th. And after a bit of a rough race for B, a really bad start, looking like they're basically out of it, they have managed to pull back a few positions. You can see Snorker there as well. Yeah, the updates definitely improved the track, improved the flow of the race. B coming across there to take 13th. We're just doing victory lap, so let's go to the winning marble cam while we wait for everyone else to finish. We'll see if there are any DNFs. Will Snorker, Azur, and Superboss make it? Well, there's Snorker coming across the line. The 60-second DNF timer resetting once again. Can Azur and Superboss cross the line in time? Or will we see some DNFs? And it looks like Cheese is off the track in the distance. Good thing it was after the race finished. I might have to go and check that. Yep, Cheese is just leaving. Finished the race, leaving early, beat all the traffic. Cheese moment indeed. Azur is probably a lap behind, yeah. Oh, we got a Prime subscription. Thank you so much, Alfonso. That means you get to pick a trail for your marble in the trail picker. And yes, everyone has finished. I got distracted there. Distracted by the Twitch Prime sub. And yes, everyone made it to the finish. No DNFs, so Azur and Superboss did make it across the line. But yes, Alfonso, if you go over to the Discord and to the trail picker, then you can pick a trail and I can put it on your marble. So prediction results. It looks like we have a 100% vote for the same thing. So choose outcome. Everybody got the prediction right. So congratulations to everyone who made that prediction. It does mean that you don't get any extra marbles. Eggs. Brain is gone. It's fried. But there we go. So Alfonso managing to keep that fastest lap and a 4th place. We're taking the win. Eggbot taking 2nd. Moo taking 3rd. And we've now got a K-pop conversation going on in the chat. So I'm going to go and put these results over on the leaderboard. And I'll be back in just a minute with the updated standings. Although I'm sure you can work out what the standings are going to look like from these results. I'll be back in just a minute with the standings. Alright, the results have been entered. I also noticed, Snorker, it looks like you're still subbed to the Twitch as well, so you can also go to the trail picker. I did check before going live, and it didn't look like anyone was, unless the link broke with the Discord role, or I've missed something. But you do have the symbol next to your name, so I assume that does mean you are still. Oh, you resub mid-race. Did a notification just not pop up, or did I just miss that? Because I don't have any notifications in the activity feed. No, I don't think it did, interestingly. Okay, well, thank you as well for the resub, Snorker. Yeah, thanks so much. It's always appreciated, the support and the subs. Not the first time it's happened. Strange. Maybe you have to tick the thing that like shares your streak or something. I don't know. Bit of a strange one, but yeah, I appreciate it from both of you, Alfonso and Snorker. So let's go to the standings. Just as we're going over there, Jimmy, thank you so much for the resub. Came in just in time to see that I apparently passed half the field after the race was over. Yeah, sometimes it do be like that. But thank you so much for the resub. Getting all the subs in on race 1. That's what we like to see. I would say it means you get ad-free viewing, but like I say, we don't have the mid-roll ads anymore. It looks like they have cleared, thankfully. So the settings I changed did work, but you'll no longer have to have the pesky pre-rolls. So, Boer, winner of the first track, Marble GP England, and first place overall. Of course, it is just the same as how the race finished. Eggbot in second, Moo in third, Alfonso fourth, Shady fifth, and so on. Not much to say really with the points there. Team standings, Grandmasters currently leading with a third place and an 11th place finish. 23 points there. Balls of Steel in second with 20 points. Eternal Darkness, Doge Balls and Green Slushies all with 19. Then we have Ultraviolets, Icebreakers with 17. Marble Minions with 15. And then Tutti Frutti and Snowballs with 14 points. So an interesting start. And of course, next up we have Marble GP Netherlands. So if you're watching this live, don't go anywhere because that will be coming up in just a few minutes. Can we get to the next race so I can go out? Ice cream. Yes, of course we can. Can't miss out on your ice cream. But that is going to do it for this first one. Not much more that needs saying. Except if you did enjoy and you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like, even drop a comment down below on who your favourite racer is, who you're hoping to win, or what you'd like to see in the future seasons. And subscribe if you're enjoying it. It helps the channel out, helps with my content, and to let me know that you're enjoying it. And then you also won't miss any races. And of course you can watch all of these live on Twitch and join in with all the chat. And you can also sign up to any future seasons through Discord or now even through YouTube. But that's going to do it for this first one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.